Hello, ladies and gentlemen. First couple things. I want to say thank you for being patient with me about the giveaway winners. It's been a really rough week, so I am a little late and I do apologize for that. I was also waiting on a few things to come in, which I'm still waiting on one more thing for the first place winner, but I'll send that out when it gets here. So I want to go over, there will be two third place winners. One will be receiving a box of XXL full cover tips and a Model 1 set, kind of like a nail art set. The other third place winner will be receiving one of these CADS brushes and a Born Pretty small collection. Second place will be the Make Your Own Acrylic kit, which will be some Mia Secret Clear, 50 colors of mica powder, and a large box of the little 1-ounce jars to make your own acrylic in. First place will be like it's a best of kit. Just some of my favorite stuff that I reviewed. I think it's 4 jars of acrylic, Valentino, not polish, Glam and Glitz, and what was the other one? Kiara Sky, I believe. I think. Oh, Tropics. Tropexotic. Also, 2 of my favorite brushes, the Beatles and the Kiara Sky brush. Some of my favorite nail art things, some decals, some 3D stuff. It's a bunch of stuff. There's a lot of things. Some of my favorite gel polish brands, Kiara Sky top coat, things like that. So without further ado, we are going to go ahead and jump to drawing the winners. Today we're going to be practicing bead ratio because I was making a little video to help out one of the girls in our group, Bianca Odendahl, I think. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong. Bianca. And I figured we could all benefit from it, so I'm just going to do a 2-in-1 and we'll all take a look at it. Real quick before we do this, though, I do want to say thank you to a couple people. I want to say thank you to Kia Carter, Natalie Melton, Joy, Teresa Lawrence, who else? Lori Miller. They all sent stuff in for me to try out and review so that you guys could see it. They all wanted you to see the stuff that they loved, so they sent stuff in for me to do a video on, and I want to thank them because a lot of these videos wouldn't have been possible without them. It's really awesome of them, so thank you. To the ladies that are helping out in the group, I can't thank you enough for all the support and the help to everyone that's in there learning. It's really awesome. You guys are amazing people. I want to say thank you to my friend Bulldog. She has been just from the very first time she saw one of my videos, she has been one of my biggest supporters and always got my back. And I just want to tell her thank you out loud where everybody can hear, because I think not enough people recognize her for how great she is. So without further ado, let's go ahead and pull the 2 third place winners. We'll go ahead and do the CADS and the Born Pretty set first. And then the second name will be for the Model 1s and the XXL full cover tip things. Yeah. Okay, congratulations to Belize and JB and C Mayo. I will get that stuff sent out to you this week. Let's go ahead and pull for second place. Oh, real quick, C Mayo is in our group and she is an amazing nail artist. You guys, check out this set of press-ons that she did based on Young Nail's Twitch stream emojis, which I didn't know was a thing, but she did. And take a look at these real quick. Pretty awesome, I think, but all right. So next up, let's do second place. Okay, congratulations to Sarah Lexi. She is our sister from up north in Canada. She's awesome as well. And we'll go ahead and do first place. Okay, congratulations to ShaBang Nail Art. She is another YouTuber. She's an amazing nail tech, so you guys, if you haven't checked her out, already, please do so. She is just awesome. You'll love her. She's got a really cool accent too, which I just love accents. Also, something that I wanted to let you guys know, for the next couple weeks, my family's, we're dealing with some stuff in my family. So I'm going to be taking a break for a little while. I will still post when I'm able to, but for the time being, I'm just not going to be able to dedicate the time to it, which is why this video was late and every video has been late lately. So I'm just going to take a little time to get things situated and, you know, come back full force in a few weeks when I'm ready. I will still be posting the practice videos because, you know, I don't want to, we've built a great little community there. I want to make sure it keeps the same momentum that it's had. So we are going to, I'm still going to do that, and I will still post when I have the time. So, but I don't have the time that I want to invest in it right now, and it's not fair to everybody else. So let me get this stuff out of the way and we will go ahead and get started with the bead ratio. Real quick here at the end, I am going to show you guys some of these practice sheets. And these will help you practice bead ratio. I'm going to show you how to use them and, you know, what their purpose is. I downloaded a bunch off the internet, free ones, and I'm going to, in the description box, I will put a Google Drive link so you can download them and print them out at home. And what I like to do is go to the 99-cent store, dollar store, and get these sheet protectors, which are really thin sheets of plastic that you just put over, you put the papers inside. Because it gives you a better experience, because this is more like the tip surface than paper, because paper's, you know, it's not super accurate, but you get like 15, 16 for $1, so they're super cheap and they're great to practice with. And we'll go over that at the end, but first we're going to go over picking up your bead properly. So first thing we want to do is get our brush wet. Now, the way we do that is we're going to take our nice, clean, and shaped brush, and we are going to push it down into the bottom of our dapping dish, and we're going to push down on it until you see all those bubbles coming up, until all the bubbles rise to the surface and you're not getting any more. Now, once you've done that, you are going to drain your brush on the side of your dapping dish. Now, you don't want to drain all of the monomer out, so you just want to press lightly, the way I am, and just drain some of it off. So you still want your brush to be wet, you just don't want it to be soaking. Let me see if I can give you guys a side view of that real quick. I know it seems silly, but side view is kind of important so I can show you how far to press on it. Okay, so now we're burping our brush, getting all those bubbles out, making sure you're just gonna press it down at the bottom like you're cleaning it. Now, when you go to drain the brush, what you're gonna do is press against the side, and you're just gonna press the hair till the middle of the brush, like so, about halfway through the bristles. So your brush will still be wet, but not like soaking wet, not dripping. So coming in at a 45-degree angle, we're gonna tap 3 times. And then on the 3rd tap, we're gonna hold it down. So 1, 2, and then we're gonna hold it and press, and that'll loosen up any monomer that's left. Now we are gonna watch our bead and let it polymerize. Basically let it smooth out and make sure it's saturated all over. That's why they call it kind of like a pearl, because it kind of takes on a pearl look. Okay, now I'm gonna get my camera right and we're gonna go over how to release the bead. But real quick, we can look at that again while I got you up close. All right, so let's do it all at once. All right, so we are going to push our brush down and press. See all the bubbles? All the bubbles are out. We are going to drain it about halfway through the barrel of the brush. Then we are going to come in at 45 degrees. And we're going to give it 3 taps. 1, 2, and then hold it down to push any more monomer out so you're not like soaking it. And if you want, you can give it a light tap to get any excess powder, and we're gonna let it polymerize, just like that. See how it's getting shiny and saturated? So it should be on the tip of your brush, like so. Okay, so here's why getting a consistent bead ratio is important. So if I'm not consistent and let's say my bead is too runny and it's not the correct ratio, maybe I didn't drain my brush enough, whatever. When I go to lay that bead down, what's gonna happen is when I go to release it, it's gonna be runny. I'm not gonna have any control over it. I'm gonna be chasing it all over the nail. And when I go to, you see what's happening? It's just wiping it off, which then causes it to get in your brush. And when we go to lay our next bead, if it's not equally as runny, we lose our color consistency. So let's say our next bead is dry and we don't have that running problem. When we go to pat that down and blend it, they don't look the same, and we'll leave those gaps in between our beads, which make it look lumpy and give us color issues, as you can see there. See how they look completely different? And it's kind of hard to fix that once it's on the nail. So practicing bead ratio is super important. And once you get this down, it actually makes your application so much easier. All right, moving on. So the first thing we want to talk about is release, right? So we are going to burp and then drain our brush. You only need to do that when you first start. So burping and then draining. I am going to tap, tap, and press. That was a bad one. All right, let's try that again. So tap, tap, and then hold it down on that last one to soak up the excess monomer. Let it polymerize a little. And when we go to set this bead down, what we're gonna do is set it down, and then we're gonna press the brush down. And what that does is release monomer from the belly of the brush and put it onto the surface of that bead, which pushes the acrylic off the brush, which helps keep it from sticking, and also gives us a nice friendly surface on top of the bead to work with. Now, see how it's not really sticking in my brush now, even though my brush is dry, which I'm gonna get a little wetter, but it's not wiping it off when I brush it. It's keeping all of the acrylic together and allowing me to move the bead around the nail without wiping it off. And that's ideal, is being able to move it without wiping it all off. Now, obviously you're gonna wipe some off at the end, but it shouldn't happen as soon as you lay it, you know? So remember, we're gonna, after we pick up our bead, we're gonna set it on the surface of the nail and press to release, okay? Okay. And going back, we don't need to burp it again, we're just gonna get it wet again. Tap, tap, and hold. We're gonna lay that down. This week for the practice group, we will be doing basic application. Now, once you get it the right ratio, it allows you to just push it all over the nail. It gives you good control, better control, if it's not too dry or too wet. It allows you to push it up or down without getting it all stuck in your brush and gross. That's why bead ratio is so important. Otherwise, I would say just paint it on, you know? But this just, once you get it down, you have so much better control, as you can kind of see here. And you're also not chasing it around. It doesn't give you that lumpy look. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about these practice sheets, okay? They are such a huge help. It sounds silly, I know. So let's go ahead and get one ready, and I will show you what the goal is for these. I think I have 3 here that I will be uploading for you guys. This one is just to do, what you want to do is get your bead ratio to the point where you can set it inside the circle and it stays there, doesn't run outside the lines. This one, the Tammy Taylor one, is actually super helpful. It helps you do the 3 bead method. So lay your bead, brush it down, 2, 3, and this is where your apex should be, so you can go back and add a bead there. And it's got all this info on it, which is super helpful. And then we have the American Nails one, which it gives you some design, you know, options here too. So, but it also gives you that. So for now, we are going to be working on this one because we're just doing beads right now. It's gonna be really crinkly for a second. Sorry, I know I'm being a little too particular with this, but it is super important, and I think we don't get enough like up close how these beads should look. So we just have to guess and then hope that we know when it's right, you know what I mean? And that's not fair. Which is why I'm using young nails, because a lot of people start with that. Okay, so now we have our nice hospitable surface, our plastic. It's all ready to go. We are going to bring down our acrylic and monomer, and we are going to get started. Okay, so ideally the goal is once you've got it, the beads will stay inside the circle, and this teaches you to control different size beads as well, how to pick up different sizes. So we are going to drain our brush, do our tap dance, and we are going to press and release. Now, if we have it right, it will spread out a little bit, and you can kind of, just like you would have to on a nail, kind of keep that inside the circle. But you shouldn't have to do this very much. Like, see, mine was too wet because it keeps running outside that circle and spreading out. It should spread out a little, but not too much. So if you find that if your bead looks like it's a little too wet when you go to pick it up, like if you think you have too much monomer on, after you pick up your bead, what you can do is drain it on the paper towel, which is super helpful. So we're going to pick up a super wet bead. So this is a little too wet. What you want to do is take the back of your brush and set it on the paper towel and kind of press lightly, and that'll drain some of that excess monomer off so it's not in your acrylic. So then when you go to set it down, it's a lot stiffer. Now see how that one's not moving? Because it's pretty dry. Now you still want to be able to fill in that circle. You want to be able to push it to the edges and control that bead without it running out. See how much better that was? Let's do this up close. See this one? Yeah, see, I'm way outside the circle. But this one is staying in. You want to push it to the outside, not chase it back inside. I think my grandma said that about her first husband. All right, so we are going to pick up our bead, and if I feel like it's too wet, I'm going to drain it a little on the paper towel. Just going to press down on the body of the brush. We're going to place it in our circle, and then we are going to use our brush, releasing monomer onto that bead, and push it out to the outer edges. There we go. So you want to just do this over and over and over until you've got it to where it's not running outside of the circles. And that's basically what these are for. So like I said, I'll be uploading them. Actually, for those of you that don't want to deal with a PDF thing, I'll give you a still frame real quick so that you can screenshot it and just print it out if you want. So let's do that really quick. I know some people don't want to deal with that, and I get that. So all right, so should have been able to screenshot those. Now, once again, I want to say thank you to all of you guys for helping me get here. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. It has been surreal, like absolutely surreal. I'm just going to play a little bit while we finish up. Thank you so much, and congratulations to the winners. Belize and JB, C. Mayo, Sarah Lexi, and ShaBang Nail Art. Thank you so much, and hopefully I will be back at it full force again soon. Seems like it's one thing after another, doesn't it? But as always, thank you ladies so much for watching.